Hello, this is a short video for Anaesthetist Doctor. It will show you how to find information about your patients on Meditech. Once you've logged in onto Meditech, all you need to do is click on Web EMR. Once you're on Web EMR, the first thing to do will be to build your cover. So you can go here, edit coverage, and then you will add the surgeon you will be working with. For example, we'll have Dr. Law and Dr. Palmer. Here we are. You can see these two surgeons here. You can then save, and now you will have all the patients that are under these two surgeons. This is show you the round patients, so it will show you all the inpatients at the moment of these two surgeons. You can also add a list, which is surgical cases, and now you will be able to see any surgical case that have been booked under these surgeons. So you can go here, click, and that will take you straight to the date of the next booking. So you can access your patient this way. If you do a round and go in the ward to review your patient, then use the round patient. As you start opening chart, you will see that the patient name will appear on this recently accessed list, and you can also access the patient straight from this list. The third way you can find a patient is by entering the MIN number. If we were to look for this patient, the MIN number would be L109417. We would not put the zeros in between. So I'm gonna look for a patient now, and I'm gonna put this one, L100441, and press enter. This is a patient I want to review. And this is how Meditech open the file. The way this is opening is the same for every patient that you will access. It will always open to this page. So there are three functions that are mainly used, which is, first of all, chart. That's where you will find information about your patient. Document, that's where you will write a note. For example, if you see an inpatient, you can then write some progress note here. And then, for example, referrals or bloods for inpatients can be ordered to order. But for today, we're going to look at how to find information and where to write any progress notes if you review an inpatient. So on the chart, you've got different tabs, and it will always open on the summary tab. On this summary tab, you will have a number of very useful information. You will have the active problem of the patient, and you will also have the medical history. Now this is a hyperlink, so if you needed to add anything, you can just click here and add a problem, and then save. Then as we go down, we've got the oncology treatment summary if there was any active oncology treatment. Then document will give you a summary of all the documents that have been written for this patient by doctors since they first came to Chris O'Brien Lifehouse. These documents are filed by category, and then these categories are sorted by alphabetical order. At Chris O'Brien Lifehouse at the moment, anesthetic chart in surgery, and on the ward, medication chart, IV, orders, vital obs, and neuro-obs are still on paper. So at the end of the admission, the file will go to admin, and every paper will be scanned into the patient's records. So for this patient, we've got an anesthetic record, which is a scan record from a previous admission. There is a camera which tells us it's been scanned, and we can just click on the camera, and we can now see the anesthetic record here, and we can press on the arrow to go to the next page. And you can also zoom the document. Other information that you will find would be like an ECG that was scanned from a previous admission. You can find notes from doctors, whether it's the specialty or ICU. And you can also find operation reports. So you can just, again, here it's an operation report that was written on Meditech. So you've got a direct link, and here's the report. You can also access, if the patient went to a pre-admission clinic, you can find the scanned document from the anesthetist doctor here. And again, zoom to have the information you need. And then if there is any document related to imaging, they will be displayed here. You can find down here the care team. On this column here, you will have the latest lab results. So whenever a lab result was taken, some of them were today. This one here was last done on 29th of January 2023. Yellow means that the results are out of range. If it was red, it would mean that the results are critically out of range. You can click on one of the components, like hemoglobin, and you can see all the results as a list, or you can click on graph, choose a period, like 30 days, and you can see the trend. You still have access to all the lists down here. This is for all the results, including macrobiology. Then you'll come to a screen that gives you the information on the patient's relatives and person to notify if you need to call. And finally, if the patient is an inpatient, you will have the fluid balance chart. Again, it's hyperlinked. You can click on it and then just look for some more information, detailed information. So all this can be found in a summary tab. History and problem is basically the same as this section here, so you wouldn't need to go to it. The other one that's interesting is diagnostics, because you can find all the results, not just the latest one. So here you will have all the lab results, and you can scroll and see all the results available for each date that the blood was taken. You also have access to imaging. Now at the moment we only get imaging from Alfred Imaging, so most of the imaging you will still need to access through PowerChart. Then you got microbiology, pathology, blood bank if there's a group and hold, and any scanned ECG. That's under diagnostics. If you want to see, this is another way of looking for your doctor's notes. So on the summary, you had all these notes, all these documents here by category, but you can also click on this tab and find the clinician notes here by chronological date. Do you have the view by date? I have selected date, but you can also select subcategory if you prefer to have the information filed on the certain category. I'm going to go back and put it to date. This is like an Excel spreadsheet, so it can be sorted. You can click on the Word document, and that will sort everything by document, alphabetically ordered. Or you can click on date, and now it will put all the documents by date, etc. If you want to see nurse and allied health notes, you can view them here. Again, they're here by dates, but if you prefer to have them by specialty, you can have this, and then you can access just nurses or allied health notes. The other thing that could be quite interesting is your other clinical, where you can have access to previous surgeries. So you just click here on previous surgeries and then click on the surgery, and that will give you a snapshot of the last operation. And you can also click here on intraoperative to have information, more detailed information. And finally, you can click on phase 1, which would be the record on in recovery. If you want to see the next case, you just click here, and that brings you to the next case. So you can see the next case here, and again, you can look at intraoperative. I'm just going to close this view now, and we're back on our chart and our tabs here. The last one that could be interesting for you is any administrative information, such as detailed demographic information, any insurance details about the patient. So basically, this is where you will find all the information that you need. If we go back on the summary, as you remember, this is where you will find most of the information you need at one glance. This column here is what we call the reference panel, and this will give you information such as height and weight, BMI, BSA. So when they come to theater, you'll have the information here. If there is a resus status ordered, it would be here. Now, if a resus has been ordered, such as limited or NFR, you will find the upper limit of cares under the resuscitation directive. Here you will have the allergies listed, and then if you expand the special indicators, that will give you information about alerts that have been written against this patient. So you can click on that hyperlink, and you can find more information about the entry as well. These special indicators records are in the patient records for any future admission. So it is not deleted on the discharge, nor are the allergies. And then basically you have a mini, it's a mini screen of all the summary information. So you actually have access to all the same information that you have on the summary tab. All right, so that's where you will find information about your patient. Once you've reviewed your patient and on the ward, and you want to write a progress note, you would click on document here at the top, here. And instead of having all the choice of document template you can choose, the first thing to do is to make the anesthetist progress note your favorite by clicking on the star, and then click here, and now you have the progress note that you're going to be using. All you do is click on it, click on the title here, and you can write your note. Once you've written your note, you can either save it and go back to it and edit it further, or you can sign it and which means that you won't be able to edit it, but you can add an addendum. To sign your document, you will need a 4-digit PIN number. I will show you where you can change your PIN. So that's all the other documents that have been written for this patient, but this is only to, if you click on one of these documents, is to add an addendum. If you wish to see the document and open it to read it, please use the chart. This is purely an edit function. To have to set your 4-digit PIN number, you can go on Menu, EMR Preferences, click on Change PIN, enter your network password, which is the 12-character password you have to when you log in onto Lifehouse computer, and then you enter 4-digit PIN and again the 4-digit PIN, and that will be your digital signature. So this concludes my presentation. If you have any further questions or you need further training, you can contact me on extension 40949. My name is Natalie Jackson. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.